Alright, this is Corey with Neurotic Knives. I got one quick unboxing to do again. This came from E-Knives, unboxing knife, the 8020. This knife I can't seem to keep in my collection, but I love it. So I went ahead and snagged this one because I've been kind of wanting this edition. So it is a Microtech E-Knives, all that good stuff. Sticker, candy, all that good stuff there. So it is a Microtech, and so the way here, Signature Series. Been hitting up Microtech quite a bit here. And it is the Stitch Outbreak. Now, I like the ram lock stitch, but I like the auto better, and this is pretty much the only side automatic knife that I like. You know, I'm just not a big auto. You know, I like OTFs, but I'm not a big side auto person. But the stitch has always been good, and then like the weight and stuff, with weight and a little bit of the ergos and everything on the ram lock. Now if they made, I know you can get titanium scales for that one, you know, but sticker and stuff there. Well, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I wish they would do just a factory titanium ram lock, so you don't have to do all that, you know, other stuff. And maybe they're doing it now and I don't know, but I don't know, I like the blade stock thickness on this one. Let's get into it. I'm just rambling here. All right, yeah, that's sweet. That's so badass. So it says, I don't know if you can see that. What does that say? Oh, 7 of 25. So just made, or assume just made, I guess. That can always differ. Here we go. Man, it just hit hard. Yeah. And like I said, I love the stitch. I'm pretty sure the blade stock thickness is a little thicker on the auto. But like I said, I just can't seem to keep one in the collection. So I decided to go for this one. I had the Combat Troodon in Outbreak. I ended up trading or something for that. I don't really remember. Check the edge. Oh yeah. Stitches and just hits hard. It looks cool. Some people don't like the blade handle ratio, but on these it works. You know, kind of like Demco's same way, but it works on those. But again, not a huge side auto opening person, but the stitch is something different. Now I've had maybe 6 or 7 different stitches. I've had, I think, 4 autos and three of the ram locks, and they always just kind of disappear. They don't hang around. And I don't know if that's just because I'm not the biggest side auto person, but on the stitch, it just works, you know. Yeah, this one is in the M390 MK, which I think Microtech got inside notice. Now the M390 MK, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's still made in, I think, Sweden, maybe. It's overseas, and they must have got a heads up or did a smart move by buying, you know, or creating their own, but essentially just buying a heap load of this, you know, their proprietary M390, since Crucible went bankrupt. I could be wrong, but it makes sense in a business standpoint, especially, in knives, to go that route. Now, what the knife market's going to do when all that dries up, I don't know. There's always, steels from overseas, which doesn't necessarily make it not made in the USA. It takes a little bit of that away, but, if you're just getting sheets of steel, it's not that big a deal. As long as it's not coming from China, I don't really care. Like M390 and 20CV are the same exact recipes, and so on and so forth. And as far as like tool steels go, I don't know what they'll do with those. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling here, and because these are a lot heavier, I think, than the Ramlocks 625. So good weight to it. The blade shape on these, I just love I love the stitch. If they made, when the Ramlock came out, it was a little different. This is just a lot beefier. The choke up's a little bit better. I love the Ramlock. I just wish they would just come on and make a damn titanium version. I don't understand, charge another 200, 150 bucks. People will buy the shit out of them. They want titanium. I mean, it's kind of that simple. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, like I said, short little unboxing. Love the Outbreak finish. I'd say I'm going to hold on to this, but time will tell. You just never know, but I really dig this one. I was going to go for a Shadow series, but, I thought about it, and then I kind of, passed by, and then I got an email from E-Knives. They send the emails out on new stuff, and found this one, and I think there's still a few in stock there. I think it's the only place that's actually got them in stock. But I'll leave it at that. Like I said, give me a subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I love reading the comments. I appreciate everything, and you guys watching. I hope you have a good one. Thanks.